What? Oh, okay. What? It's broken. No, it's broken. Because of course it is. Okay. A ring light is broken, it seems. Lovely. Anyway, today I got this random box of Lego. I mean, it was a gift from a friend. Let's see what treasures are inside. Maybe we can use something for this year. Right. I'm unfamiliar with some elements of this. Okay. So that's useful. Okay. I'm familiar with this as well. Sadly, no window frames that I was hoping would be in here. Got a wind-up motor, base plates. Okay. Wow. So to be honest, there's nothing really of value to me in here. So I'll probably, well, gift this box to someone who can use it. Probably my niece or, I don't know. Um, anyway, yeah, it's in a shoebox, so it's in a shoebox. So our Sierra, right? I mean, everybody probably wants to see my injured finger. Come on, yeah, it's a little bit swollen, and the nail is probably going to fall off. It doesn't hurt much anymore, so I mean, I think I can grab pins with it. So we'll continue with our Sierra. Um, so what we want today is we need to determine where exactly the um, the front, so basically the sloped part here uh, goes, how steep it needs to be, and what we are going to do with this. I am certain that we need to redesign this particular part here quite a lot. Needs to be a lot smaller and I think lower, because otherwise it's gonna interfere with everything here. So let's first go to our blueprints. Perfect. To our blueprints and determine how high it needs to be. From here I can... no, I didn't visit a doctor for this. What? Why? I don't want to go near a hospital, if possible. especially not in this COVID crisis. No way. I mean, it's nothing special. The nail will fall off and everything's fine. I had an E30. No, the engine from my compact fell on this specific finger 2 years ago, and you know it was a similar situation. So I'm not really worried. 152 pixels. Okay, 152 divided by 16.8 is 9 studs. Okay, 9 studs. So this means that the top line of the headlights, so where the headlights and the hood meet, is 9 studs above the lowest point in the car. Let's see. 9 studs means 9 studs is it this? Yeah, that's 9 studs. Okay. So 9 studs. Yeah. See, 9 studs means that this is 9 studs above the floor. So, as I predicted, this needs to go. So, first, before we continue with the front, we need to re-engineer this to get the room that we need to do anything, because yeah. And how do we do that? Basically, we need to go down here and then make a better connection to this. So not like this, definitely not, but something else. Maybe with a frame. We could use a frame here, probably. And that frame could also solve our problem with the bumper attachment here in the lower part. So what if we use, a frame here? Let's see. Let's take a few things apart. So I still need to be careful with it. So if I hit it, it hurts. Okay. So we need to. Okay. We need to take apart quite a lot. Okay. Now. So this would be an option. This would be an option. So basically, this is gonna be the simulation of headlights. Just this thing here would be something like this. It would lay. This would be the approximate angle, judging from the blueprints here. See, if you see the blueprints here, this part here, we would have an approximate angle like this. So this is exactly 9 studs. This would be of course 1 stud lower. This is just a stand-in. We could go with this. We could. Then again, we wouldn't go with this exact setup, because if we do this, then we don't have room to actually place any headlights behind it. This will be, I don't know, a window frame or something. And here this guy needs to be probably 1 step further back, or not. Well, basically, it can't be a frame, at least not in this, not like this, because you see, it's too close to, it's too close for comfort. It's too close for comfort. Hey Oleg, so what do we do? We do need, come on, we do need a connection here. So we need a connection from this and to this. So this connection has to be made. Actually, not a lot of room. I mean, in the real Sierra, it's, you know, the firewall is like angled and stuff, but that's not really realistic, and there's no good point to mimic this angle as it's in real life. There is no benefit. We can place this here just to have something. Okay. Right. There's limited space here, so we would basically go up here with something and then out. Possibly I would use this guy here, like that. So a variant of what we have on the other side, just 2 studs more in. And then we'll see. We'll see. Let me just fix the camera so I have both hands to work with. Okay, right. Let's see, what can we do with this? Of course, this needs attention as well, but one thing at a time. Okay, so we went 2 studs in. So one possibility would be that we move this, but I don't want to move this. It needs to be as far forward as possible in order for us to have room here for engine details and stuff like that. So new 2x, 3x1. Not really, because I don't know. I mean, I could try them. I need to get them first. So I'm going to make an order this weekend anyway, because I have some engine orders and I need to order stuff from Bricklink, and I'm going to, I don't know, order some, because sooner or later we're gonna need some anyway, and we'll see how they fit. I'll order some some white panels as well. Some springs, of course, we need springs. I need some stuff for the wheel hubs, because wheel hubs have also been ordered. And, you know, I always order some other stuff that I might need. I also order the frames that we are going to use as headlights. They are, I think they are from houses, something, I don't know, from city. We'll see. I'll order 2 just to experiment. So, where was I? So we could if we omit this guy, we could have this guy here. Yeah. And then an L lift arm going there. That would be a possibility. A real possibility. So let's get rid of the bumper. Okay, let's get rid of that. Put in this guy. Okay. And now we can use this. Okay. And we take this. And this. And this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. That leaves us the room for the lights. Come on. Okay. It's far enough. It's pretty good. Okay. We have options here to mount stuff like the lights, for example. What we do need is we need to address this mounting point here for the strut tower. So see, this needs to be fixed so we don't get any future problems, because it's, you know, important. And this is not gonna fly like this. Okay. I mean, it's not. Could, I guess, we could something like that, and then use, you know, our good friend the pin here. And that would probably be good enough. Here. There and there. Okay. This is probably good enough. No, there's always gonna be people who dislike. Who cares? Yeah. That's a good starting point. And now that we have this, we're gonna make a dummy front. And our goal, of course, as stated, we want to make the hood first before we go to the fenders, because when we have the hood, we're gonna have the basic shape. The hood and this will give us the basic shape we need for the front, and then we can think about the fenders, because without the front, and we basically don't have we don't know where we're aiming at. And if you don't know where you're aiming at, well, the chances of you hitting something are a lot smaller. And it's just a waste of time, basically. Come on. There. Okay. Okay. This needs to go. Replaced by this. Okay. Come on. There. Okay. I'm basically just replicating what I have on the other side. There. 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 I think that's good enough. There. That's much better. Okay. All right. This does not fit anymore because things have changed here. Okay. Well, I'll let it there. Okay. I still think that this is not gonna be okay because the hood is gonna come down. Well, it needs to come down to the 9 stud mark. So if we visualize it, yeah, it's probably probably not gonna happen. Hood needs to be like this, like low. Or am I exaggerating it? Well, let's make a portion of the hood. Sorry. Let's make a portion of it and see what we can learn from it. So I'm using this, and I'm also gonna use some frames, just so we have an area covered here that we can manipulate. So obviously the familiar orange and gray panels that we also used in the charger, the very same ones. By the way, tomorrow a friend of mine is coming to visit, and we are going to make proper pictures and a proper introduction video to the charger outside. So it's gonna be nice. So I'm not aiming here to accurately mimic the hood of the Sierra. I just want a flat surface, flat square surface that I can put on and see where we're at, because the real hood of the Sierra that we're gonna put in needs a little more detail. It can't be just a flat surface. So basically we're gonna go with something like this. Come on. something like this. But it needs to be one stud lower, yeah. So here, and then it meets this. But lower, of course. Lower, lower, lower. So this is probably too high as well. It nicely, you see what's wrong with me today? The struts actually clear it nicely. They are not problematic. If we left, if we still used the original design that we had, the hood would never clear them. It would never clear them. So you see these two bumps here, these are 13 studs high. And these are basically the highest point of the firewall, and the hood is basically, the hood continues like this. So from the highest point of the firewall down, and it needs to be, this edge of the hood here can be no more than 9 studs high. So this level here, the level of this lift arm, this level, this is as high as the hood can be. So basically it needs to sit flush like this on here. So it needs to be quite steep actually, but the real hood isn't going to be that steep because it has a kind of hump here. So it's not a flat surface that's so steep, but it's a hump. That's not gonna be easy. I mean, this guy needs to go entirely. This needs to go entirely, and this has to be 1 stud lower. Yeah, this needs to be 1 stud lower. This one is okay up until here, and here, from here onwards, we need to do it 1 stud lower, basically. Okay, so that's the first thing that we learned. Needs to be 1 stud lower. Okay. Of course, we do have the tools to do this. My only concern is that when I lower this, yeah, so we can do 1 stud lower here. Up until where does it need to be 1 stud lower? That's the big question. So if we have it like this, 1 stud lower, oh my. So we need to start here. Oh god. Okay. That's not good. But okay, since we're gonna have a sort of hump here, which I don't know, we may be able to recreate with the help of these, I guess. So maybe put them together. Ah, that's too much. That's too much. So we need, like, the hump is gonna happen in the last part, I guess. You know, it's gonna be a straight section, and then a section that goes like this. This is gonna have to happen. Otherwise, I don't see us. Okay, much smaller, straighter section. Otherwise, I don't see us doing this. Okay, that's doable. Yeah. Okay, so it seems that we need to do the hood first, at least the curvature of the hood. So uh, we would do this guy here. Then we would have two studs more here. So for our intents and purposes right now, we're gonna use those frames. And from this point onward, this guy here goes tangentially, I don't know how, down. And of course, both are going to be slightly angled, and this is going to give us the proper angle of the hood. So, and it's going to look great, I think. Of course, for this we need some internal wiring of this is going to need to happen in order for this, because this is like flappy. So we're going to have some axles going to here. It's going to support this and prevent this from bending. And whatever support structure there's going to be, it has to be as far apart as possible, in order, if we have it in the middle, we don't want it in the middle because the engine is going to be here, and we don't want to interfere. So we're going to make, right now we're going to make a dummy, just some structure, and then so that we can place it here and engineer the frame here. So right now we're looking at what's the height difference. I wonder. Oh, it's quite with tangentially. Oh god. Okay. I think it's 4 studs. I think it's 4. No, it's 5 studs. Yeah. It's 5 studs. Let's see. Let's see. So let's build this and see what we get. Okay, this kinda doesn't work. It's stressed here. So let's see. Basically, what I want is, this here to be a tangent, if you know what I mean. So that this naturally continues the line and then just drops off. But I think we can get away with raising this by one more stud. If we raise this by one stud, like this, and do this, what do we get? Oh crap. It's still a tangent, that's okay, but we don't get, proper angle here. That's okay. That's okay. Well, we have these. Let's see if these here are going to provide us with an answer. Okay. Yes, I could live with this. It's not tangential, or Jesus, I cannot spell this today. So I think it's slightly less than tangential, but this works. So it's not ideal, but I can live with it. I mean, it's providing a nice curvature. Yeah. Ah. So it would be, the hood would be angled something like this. Here is the niner, and it would meet this here, which would be 4 studs. This would be not 5 but 4 studs, and they would nicely intersect here. So let's make a 4 stud. Let's make a 4 stud something, just to visualize. Where? In Sylvania. In Slovenia, where I live, the sockets are 220 volts. Okay. So this would be nice. And they would meet here. And this is gonna look awesome, I think. Obviously, you know, there's some small discrepancies that we are gonna have to take into account, and this of course cannot be like this, but you know, the angle of the hood, I like this. The hump here solves it all. So we would have these across the whole front, the panels here in the back, the new ones, the I think there's the 5 times 3 times 5, I think they are. We would have them like here on the top, of course, with some modifications, because or no, the way I see the hood, no, I mean, in the hood can be flat like this, yeah. And if you have an engine that requires more room, you can easily do a power bulge here. So from approximately here on, you can have a power bulge. You basically, I don't know, raise these in the front, in the middle, and raise the panels here in the middle, so you have, you know, more room for the engine, I guess. So I like this a lot. So it makes the hood is less steep, which corresponds with the blueprints, because the hood goes like, it's not sharply angled down all the way, but it goes like flat here, and then it slopes down gradually. And these panels, I think, are perfect. They even have the slots that are present on the Sierra, and if we would be very bold, which we could be, we would paint or print, if we were Lego, just a few of them. So these three, for example, or these three, I don't know, black. You know, if this is white and then we paint 3 slots black, it would look good, I guess. Just like the real car, maybe. And of course, then the hood opens, whatever. This is not our concern today. So I'm going to mirror this because I want this part to be on the other side, because we are going to build this here today. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very simple hinge here somewhere, so I can attach this, and move it. And what we need to determine is where this part needs to be. So does it need to be here, or is it a little bit more in the front? So here or here, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, what else do I need to do? I need to, whoops. No, need to change this to the other side. There. Of course. Of course. Okay. We need a few of these sprinkled in between. I need one of these. And I need this and this. Okay. I'm gonna use, green ones because I have them. So, okay. That's, just so we have a portion of it. Maybe I should, yeah, I'll do another one. Just, it's black, of course. So we have enough area here to properly engineer this. Oh. Okay, like this. Okay, so now that it's gonna cover these. Okay, what we need to determine now on the blueprints is where exactly this edge needs to be. This is very important. So let's head over to our blueprints. Stay still. Okay, and see. Where is it? So, measured from the center millimeter number. 168 pixels. So 168 pixels. Divided by 16.8 is 10 studs. Yeah, I mean, why did I even bother? So basically, we need 10 studs from the center of the wheel to where the edge of the hood is going to be. So this is 9 studs. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So the center, the edge is here. So this is where they meet. This is where they meet. So it's like this. It's 2 studs more in the front than I thought. Very good. That's good. That means that we don't have to change a thing. It's fine. Because of the curvature here, this curvature hides all of this. So this curvature makes everything here disappear, and we don't have to re-engineer this. This is fine. This is fine. So basically, this guy here meets this here. Problem is, there's always problems, of course, that we need to somehow make the transition between them a little more favorable. I guess that's the term. So I don't know what we're gonna do here. The way I see it, because I eyeballed the edge here, the blueprints show that the car is not flat, of course. Our car is going to be flat here because the very small angles that we would need to do are inconsequential for the design and very hard to do as they are. So, the Sierra panels here would be very slightly angled and in very complex, very complex in angles that are not easy to replicate, because it's going to be like this, and then we would have, like this, very slightly. It would look cool, but I don't see us doing this, to be honest. Maybe, but this then complicates the hood line even more. So I don't think we are going to do this. So our front here is going to be straight, and the only angle inwards will be where we angle from the fender in towards this part here. That's gonna be our angle. And this guy here, we're gonna make this part probably a part of the bumper. I don't know if this is a part of the bumper in the real car. Probably not. But I think it's gonna be easier for us if we make the whole front fascia of the car part of the bumper. It easily mounts to the bumper, and it's just, you can pull it off and slap it on. And this, of course, would then meet with the hood line, which would probably be on this point. So these guys here would basically sit here, and this would fold back like this. I mean, they would not be entirely flush. Well, they would be. Yeah, they would be. They would be exactly 9 studs, 9 studs high. And I mean exactly. So if we put this here, this would be exactly here. Yep, exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Of course, the hinges here in the back would have to be half a stud offset, because of course they would. But that's not really something that I would really obsess about, because it's easy to do. It's easy to offset the hinges by half a stud. We only have to see, I mean, the Sierra hinges, we cannot just do hinges like have a hinge here and pop the hood up. You know, that's never gonna happen. We have to have some sort of hinges here, but the hinges that we are gonna do here are a lot simpler than with the charger. The hinges that we are going to do are going to be something like this. So we're gonna have like we're gonna have like 2 of these, and then you would have, so the hinge would be something like this. This would be our hinge. So what happens here is that this part here is going away from the body. This would be, of course, vertical. This would have to be vertical. We would have this like 1 stud further out, or even, yeah, so it would be like this. Yeah, that would be our hinge, basically. Something like this we would do. We have the room here, absolutely. There's perfect mounting points even for this. And we can easily, without modifying the hood, we can offset it by half a stud, but just playing with the levers, with the rods here. So that's and we would place them here, like here and here. There would be probably not 5 studs, but 4 studs. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, maybe even 3 studs. Doesn't matter, really. I mean, the geometry is more or less the same, because you have to understand that the hinges would attach not to the same level here, because this, of course, is bodywork. They would attach here to the lower one, so they would be they would attach like this. But this, ignore this. So to these two, and then a 4-stud lever here, 3-stud lever here, and it would pivot nicely here. Yeah, I think that's good. And we can play, a little bit with the height here, depending on the angle of the rods. To just give us, to cheat a little bit, to give us slight angle here in order to have a little more room for the engine inside. Just a little bit. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to Where is it? No, here is it. I'm gonna make us a catch like this. Come on. No. Why don't you want to? Ugh, he wants to angle more than I want to. Okay, then I'm going to just prevent him from angling by putting this in. Yeah. So let's examine this from the side. So see, if we angle this a little bit more, or like this, you see, suddenly we get quite a lot of room inside the hood. This can be flush or a little bit angled, doesn't really matter. I mean, nobody's gonna notice this being slightly higher, but we do get more I'm useless. Clearance here uh, under for the engine. So if we put this up a little bit, and this here in the front, this is where, yeah, um, this part here is the problem. Doesn't matter. So, and what we have to engineer now is the following. You see, inside the hood, we won't have this. So inside the hood, what we are going to have is a structure. So what we need to do is structure that attaches to some stuff here and then goes to the front and replaces this. And it's going to be basically two rails on each side of the engine that's going to do this for us. Two rails, so one on each side of the engine, that's going to hold this angle. And onto those two rails, we are also going to attach the hood latch. So the hood latch here in the front, it's also going to be attached to the rails that are holding the angle here. That's the basic plan for the hood. And once we do have the hood the hood latched and hinged, then we are going to do the fenders. And of course, we need to do the front here. Christian, I think, had an idea with angled pieces that are available on the Land Rover. You know, the bricks. But I don't know if I want to use the bricks here. It's a good idea, but I don't think they are going to matter much. Let me show you what I think. What I mean. So basically, it's this part here. This part here. So if our front part is angled backwards, these would kind of reduce. These would reduce the gap here. But I don't know. We'll have to see how we can attach this. How we can attach this, you know, and if we can live with a gap here, maybe we can even do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. So this would be steeper, and as in the real Sierra, the edge of the hood basically disappears behind the front front fascia. Yeah, I think I butchered this, but it disappears behind this, and I think it's gonna be something like this. For me to assess how it's gonna look, well, we need to build the front fascia first. But we do know that the edge of the hood is going to be exactly here. That's the edge of the hood. That's not gonna change. We have the perfect position, of course. This frame here is in the perfect position for the latch design that Christian did. So this is gonna play into our hands. Non-modded or traded. Well, we are basically figuring out where the hood needs to be, what the shape of the hood is, how to integrate it with the front fascia. So basically the light, the openings for the lights, the grill, this entire part that's angled, something like this. So this is the edge of the hood that's gonna go all across. The hood, of course, needs to be sloped bulged here in order to clear our structure here and to look good. I mean, these are gonna make the hood look good. Come on. Okay. Of course, we discussed the hinges of the hood, where they need to be. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because the once the hood is done, then we can see how we are going to do the fenders. So fenders basically. That's why I want to do the hood first. So let's see what we can do for the inner support structure of the hood. So we are going to have, the new three. Yeah, I have one of these. Our basic so the top part of the hood that's meeting the windshield is gonna be made out of the new panels. So the 3x5 panels, I think they are, or 3x7 panels in white. I hope they exist in white. I don't know, but these would be ideal for this. And so we need basically the entire width of the hood would be made the same, and we need to have two rails. So basically, imagine that this is the width of the hood, and just where the strut towers are, we need to have a support structure that replaces this and is invisible from the outside of the hood, but keeps the shape. If you can imagine, it's probably gonna be made out of connectors. I think. At least this would be probably the most sensible way of doing it. I don't see any, to be honest, I don't see any other way other than connectors. So we are going to try to replicate it here with connectors. Let me get some connectors. Let me get the car out of here, so I can get the box with the connectors out. And let's see. So first we would have a connector here. Then we would have some connection to this point. to make everything hold its shape. Let's say this, and this is a 7. Okay. Yep, it's a 7. Okay, you're familiar with this technique. I used it for the charger trunk. So we now we have, you know, this is now not moving, you know. It's it's moving, of course, because it's bending. So now we need to find a geometry that keeps the same angle here but attaches to this. And we need to, well, experiment. I don't know. Nope. Number 3 connector in this way is not the answer. Maybe second one. Doing it like this. Maybe. Damn it. Almost, but not quite. No, come on. Okay. Maybe with this guy we can engineer something. Okay, that's close. It would mean a more tangential angle. Let's see if I'm happy with this. Of course. Come on. Okay. So, right. And let me see in which direction did we go. Which direction did we go? Up or down? We strayed away in the upwards direction. So the bulge in our hood increased a little bit. Okay. So let's remove this. And see if what we did here. Come on. Okay. No, well, imagine. Imagine this being here. Ideally, I would have it, you know, going straight, if you know what I mean. Maybe we can tweak it a little bit still and make it even better than before. So ideally, you know, I would have this perfect tangent so that there would be no gap here, because this is slightly bulged. But I guess we can live with it because this geometry here is okay. Now let's offer it to the car and see if this is all right. So let's see. Now, of course, remove this because it's too long. This is too long. Okay, yeah, of course. Now this guy is too long, but of course, let's imagine, let's take this away because, to be honest, we're gonna have it, but right now it's not needed. And we can have it here. Yeah, okay. So, of course, that's to be expected that it would be problematic there in the edge, but it's not gonna be there. So our this part here is gonna be, well, more in the center here. I would prefer to have it, well, basically just here on this edge. So it would sit here, you know, it would sit right here. It would not interfere with the engine, but it would avoid this part here. It would be here, and then from this and this we can build a proper mounting point for the latch. It's going to be here, and that's going to be good. Yeah. We put it here. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Perfect. Yep. Let me show you. Come on. Okay. So here you can clearly see how this guy here is basically leaning against this part here on the other side, and it's basically not It's not gonna interfere with the engine in any way. There's gonna be plenty of space, and it's holding the shape of the entire hood. So uh, its equivalent would be here on the other side. The hood is perfectly sloped. See? I think that's all right. I can see the shape of the Sierra in it. Hmm? Now you have to, of course, imagine uh, the front here, but I need some more parts for it. So in the next episode, of course, we're gonna well finish the hood. Um, Basically, what we're gonna do is make the hinges because I'm gonna replace this with something else, a frame, just so we can do the hinges and see. Well, basically, we need to see how narrow the hood is gonna be. I just put it here. It's overextended. We probably need to trim it a little bit and then stretch it across the entire hood. I mean, the entire width of the car. Um, and then build the latch. I mean, we're not gonna stretch it over the entire width of the car because I don't have enough of these arches. Of course, we're gonna build the other side with two more arches that I have. The middle will be open for now because we are going to imagine that there are the arches here, and then we are going to build the latch, the hood hinges, and after we've done that, so we don't have to have any structure here in the front, then we are going to build the front fascia or whatever you call this. And after we have that, we can build the fenders. That's the game plan. It's gonna look good, I think. Gonna look good. Yeah, and one more thing. So when picking up the car, of course, one of the points that you pick the car up is here. And for the 11th time, what happened is that I pick it up here and I pull this out. I don't know. Something needs to be done here. That's not good. Looks good, but every time I try to pick it up, this happens. Because this is of course a natural point where you pick the car, and I really don't want this to happen because it's gonna happen every single time. I'm just me, and anybody who builds the car is not gonna pay attention to it. You're gonna pick it up here, pull this out. A hood scoop? No, not in my initial design, but certain engine configurations are probably gonna require power bulge in the hood. Again, I mean, I didn't even think about it, and I pulled it out. Ah, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. A brace is not gonna help anything. The hood is braced. It's not the problem of the hood. It's the problem of me pulling the axle out. That's the problem. So I don't know. Something we need to find a better solution for that part. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for the stream today. Tomorrow I'm shooting a video about the charger. So basically demonstration video of the charger explaining all of the functions outside with proper equipment. And yeah, that's gonna come probably, it'll be live on Sunday or Monday, I don't know. And I need to order parts, of course, that we need here for the car, this time in white. So we are going to have a little more pieces that can go on the car. Yeah, that's it for today. Sorry for no stream on Wednesday, but you know, this thing really hurt. I was unable to my whole hand hurt. I wasn't able to squeeze anything. So today it's fine. It hurts just a little bit. But yeah, clumsy me, clumsy me. What happened basically is that I in the morning, you know, I went out of the car to close the garage door, you know, and when I slammed the door, you know, I slammed the door like this, you know, like this. And when I did this, this finger was jammed in this edge of the door. So it, I basically, you know, you just close the door and don't remove your finger. That's what happens. So my finger was jammed in here, but not on the Sierra, on the compact. Yeah, happens. I was cursing, but nothing you can do when you are a klutz, which I am. Yeah. Again, see, again, I picked it up here and pulled this out. I don't know. Something needs to be done. Maybe, you know, we place something here so that so that this here is leaning against. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Or we re-engineer this slightly so that by default it's resting on this, because this is not a perfect match. So that by default this is resting on the panel here, so that when I pick it up here, it doesn't pull this out. Yeah, it hurt like hell. I mean, you know, even though only this finger was affected, I had I basically had pain in all of my fingers on the hands. Basically, it was you know, when your nervous system gets so excited by this pain, your whole hand hurts basically. But today it's fine. But yesterday and the day it happened, it was just, I don't know. It just has, I couldn't hold the mouse, you know. I couldn't even hold the mouse. Anyway, that's it for the stream today. Thank you for watching. I see you on Monday, and I hope you can enjoy the charger video on Sunday already. Depending, tomorrow I will not have a stream because of the filming and stuff. On Sunday, we'll see if I'm in the mood, if I have the time. We can continue the hood on Sunday. If not, on Monday, as per regular schedule, hopefully without further injuries. And yeah, that's it for today. I see you on Monday.